Hello, welcome to the United Stand, everybody. Welcome to your preview/road trip. It's Arsenal this weekend. Both teams off the back of great runs. United just about getting themselves back in the title race. No, I'm joking. Heading for top four, but I think this weekend, if United get the victory this weekend, I think it's the first time in God knows how long. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments when this goes up, but Arsenal and Manchester United could both be in the top four this weekend. And it will feel like that this Sunday, it will feel like this is a game whereas like the last few years, it's felt like it hasn't been important as years gone by. I think this weekend it's going to be totally different. That both teams will feel like they've got real aspirations for the season. Both teams in very good form. Obviously, Arsenal, 100% record after 5 games. You have to give credit where it's due. Top of the league, holding off City and the form that they're in. Tells you everything you need to know about how well Arsenal are playing. Now, we'll get into the teams in a minute, but you can tell here right now it's a category gold game. The stanchions are going up for the away fans right now and everything for when Arsenal arrive and the away fans, and that's the section just there where the away fans go in. It's just got that build-up right now because of everything that's going on. Obviously, we had the big build-up to the Liverpool game, but that was sort of driven by the Glazer out movement and the protests and everything like that. This feels like this weekend that this is just pure football. This is what it's going to come down to. You've got 2 managers, top of the game, Ten Hag, big reputation coming from Holland, going up against the up-and-comer in England, Pep's protege, you could say. It's got a lot riding on this game. It's got a lot riding on it because Arteta is well settled now at Arsenal. He's got his team playing the way he wants them to play. They're all on board with everything that's going on. Ten Hag has a chance here just to take him down a notch, just to put him back down in his place as such, because I think Manchester United at home this season have to make it like it was against Liverpool the other week. It has to be that cauldron, it has to be that hostile atmosphere, because when the fans are on side with Manchester United, it is a completely different animal altogether. And I've just been talking about the press conference, and I've been speaking to people outside grounds, like King Power the other night, and it just feels like the connection between the fans and the players is back a little bit. It feels like they've got something to hold on to. And if these players give the fans here that little bit extra, that even more, or they carry on in that vein, then it's going to take them a long way this season. There's a lot of new faces and a lot of integration going on right now. But if the fans are on board and the fans are right behind them players, then you're going to see a different Manchester United team. It's only going to encourage. I think Ten Hag in his press conference, the way he was going, it's about team, it's about squad. There has been hints that there will possibly be changes for this game for the first time in 3 games. I mean, through the last 5 years, how many times have United just gone through games without changing a team? It's unheard of, but we've done that the last few games because we've been winning. He's rewarding quality performances, whereas before we'd have the same old faces coming in after playing average or putting mediocre performances in. That's how United have worked over the last few years. And lo and behold, that's why Manchester United have been finishing where we have been finishing. There has been this hold or this vibe and this sort of aura around Manchester United where it's like the players have just got the ultimate power. But right now, for the first time in a long time, it feels like we've got a manager that's in control of the team. It's a manager who will tell the players one thing and the players will do it. He'll tell players that they're not playing, but when they do come on, they will play just exactly the same way that the team that's starting the game will play. It feels like that message is coming across. And like I said before, it is a message that he's just feeding out into the fans as well. And the fans are clinging on to it. The fans are actually seeing it. They can see what's happening on the pitch. And United just need to carry on in this vein. They need to just carry on with this. Yeah, this is all going to change when we come up against that game or that team where it doesn't quite go. It doesn't go according to plan. And everyone will want to see the reaction. This game, and this is why this game is so important, because everyone wants to know, can Arsenal do it against a so-called big team? Arsenal's record here is shocking. So for Arsenal fans coming into this game, they're looking at it and they're saying, look, if we can beat Manchester United, then we seriously are contenders for this going forward. And they could go as far as they wanted. I mean, Arsenal challenging for the title, I can't see it, but 6 wins in a row will change a lot of people's minds on that. And you can't ignore 6 wins in a row. It is serious form, but a couple of players out for Arsenal. We don't know if Odegaard is going to be playing. Arsenal fans and the ones that I've spoken to are sort of like, they're a bit nervous about this one. It's like the big test that Arsenal always fail. So they're coming into this game with that bite. They're coming into this game as a point to prove that, you know what, they're not just messing around at the top of the table, they're there to stay. And if they do beat us at weekend, then they can really stake a claim to say, look, we are here to stay, we are going to challenge, and not just top 4, but possibly more. It's crazy to think it, but you can't ignore the table. The table never lies. And after 6 games, it's starting to take shape. And I think for United now, looking at the game and thinking like that in terms of how Arsenal are looking at it, this is our chance just to say, whoa, hold your horses, settle down a little bit. This is our town, this is our place. We're going to take everything here, and then we're going to be 3 points behind you. And this so-called massive rebuild, the new era of Arsenal, well, United are going through one of their worst phases, and we're 3 points off them. Just puts that back in perspective and says, no, hang on a minute, we're looking at it this way. You ain't going to run away with it. This isn't the fresh start, it is the old Arsenal. We're going to do what we usually do to you, and we're going to make sure that we're still hanging on to the coattails of the top 4 teams. But this is where it gets even more serious now, because if United want to make it 4 wins in a row, we probably will be in the top 4 by the end of the weekend, going off how the fixtures are panned out. Then what do you say? All of a sudden you say, because I said at the start of the season that top 4 would be overachieving for Manchester United, but 6 games in, having dealt with that poor start that we did, and we went to the top 4 after another 4 games, I mean, you have to start looking at it seriously, because this is a team that hasn't even integrated Casemiro and Anthony yet. Martial hasn't played a full game yet. Ronaldo's not started a game yet apart from Brentford. And we're going to be possibly in the top 4 this weekend. You've got to look at it differently. You've got to then say to Manchester United, and everyone from the outside will be looking in and going, hang on a minute, if they're hard to beat and then you start integrating these other players into it, then you have to look United as like a serious contender for finishing top 4, because yeah, you've got Chelsea, yeah, you've got Liverpool, who are probably going to hit their straps with the squads that they've got. We know that their poor form isn't going to last forever, but as long as United keep doing what they're doing and they keep adding players in when needed and changing the squad when needed, then we could seriously be in the mix. And it's crazy to think that one of, I would say, well, at the start of the season you were said Liverpool and City were sure things, 1 and 2 in the league. A few opinions may have changed from the poor start that Liverpool have made, but it's hard to think that one of Spurs, Chelsea, Arsenal, United, 2 of them teams actually are not going to be in the Champions League next season. And everyone's talking about Conte and how good he is with Spurs. Everyone's talking about the great start that Arsenal have made. Surely Chelsea, having spent 300 million, are not going to be out of the top 4. But what about United? It's going to be one of them crazy seasons where, you know what, if you are hard to beat and you stay in the game constantly and you sneak the little wins that we have done, nothing pretty, no 9-0, 6-0 wins like City and Liverpool, but you know what, we have just gone through 3 games having not really pulled up much trees, conceded 1 goal, and it's taken us from bottom to 5th, just like that, and in a position where we can actually seriously think about top 4. Manchester United just need to stay in there. They need to stay in the mix, do what they're doing, be hard to beat, and the quality will come through in the end. Ten Hag's already talked about it in the press conference by saying, look, it's a team, we're building a base at the moment, and from that base, we can just move forward. That's what we need to do. And that, as Manchester United, yes, some people will say it's not the United way, but the United way fell away a long time ago. We need to make a new way, and this is it. We need to build the foundation again. And a win against Arsenal at weekend will solidify that base for me, and I think we push on from there, because double game week, Europa League, Premier League, every Thursday, every Sunday, the squad we're going to need, and we're going to be tested just like all them other top 6 teams are. We're not in this on our own. We just need to make sure that we use what we've got, and we've got a massive squad. We've got an absolutely huge squad, and I think Ten Hag now is going to be using the most of it. In terms of the threats of Arsenal, we know where they are. We know Saka's not hit his straps yet this season. Is he going to come to the fore against United at Old Trafford? It'd be the perfect game for him to do so, won it in Arsenal eyes. Odegaard, the new captain, pulling up trees so far this season, has been by far their best player. Xhaka's new role. You know, they've got options, they've got dangers, they've got threats. Jesus coming in, Zinchenko coming in. Players that Arteta knew at Manchester City that he knew if he brought them in would just fit right into his philosophy, and both of them have seamlessly just slotted into Arsenal's way of playing. He knew this already. They're where Arsenal's threats are. They're a little bit more settled than us, but I think United have come on leaps and bounds over the last few games as a team, and being as solid as a team as we are, I think that's where our advantage is. Manchester United, when we're at Old Trafford, with the crowd behind us, like I said, with that solid team, is going to be a nightmare for any team to play against. I don't care who it is. And we should be and have to be taking advantage of home territory in these big games. We can do what we're doing in these away games, but then we go at teams like we do at Old Trafford and try and get the win and take it to the opponents in these games in particular here, then you know what, top 4, it's crazy to even think it, because I said there was no chance of it at the start of the season. Top 4 is a surefire thing. If we keep this togetherness, we keep this solidness as a team, then we're going to go miles. Score prediction for this game is a tough one. It is. I don't see it being as tight as it has been for United in the recent 2 away games. Like I said, I think home games will be different. I'm going to go, I got a feeling like something along the lines of a 3-2 win for United again in this one. 3-1, 3-2. I think there's goals in this game. The way Arsenal play, I think defensively they're not as strong as Manchester United. Offensively, I think they're better and more adapted at the moment to their system. But I think that we're better defensively than them. I think if we get that right combination going forward, then I think we will score plenty of goals against Arsenal. We will open them up, and now we've got options. It's just a shame that Martial isn't fit yet for this game. But Anthony's in there now. You're going to have at least 3 forward players on the bench. You've got plenty of options at the back, plenty of options in midfield now, and we can change it and work it either way. We should have a plan B and C in this game as well, which is why I'm confident United will take the 3 points. I feel like Arsenal, no Partey. Elneny might not be, I think he's definitely out actually. I think Odegaard's the one for Arsenal. If he's not playing, then Arsenal's odds drop, because he has been their best player this season so far, in my opinion. So we'll see. Team lineups are going to be key, I think, in this one. And it is going to be a full-on mind game between 2 managers, this. 2 deep-thinking managers. We've seen what Arteta's made of now. We already know what's happening with Ten Hag and how he's getting across to the players now, how he's turned this season around already. So it's going to be tight in that side of it. But I think United will take advantage of Arsenal's defensive frailties, which I think are there. Some may differ. Get your comments in below. Let me know if you're an Arsenal fan. Get your comment in below. United fans, let me know what you think. Who would you play? How would you work the forward line? Are you bringing Rashford out? Is Ronaldo coming in? Defensively, it stays the same for me. And do you bring Casemiro in for McTominay? They're your talking points going forward, I think. Guys, cheers for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to come over and see us if you're at the game. We'll just be over there behind me, outside the front of the East Stand there, next to the Trinity statue on Sunday. So come and say hello before and after the game as well. Thanks for watching, everyone.